yeah, so this is what we came up with. Just mixed and matched with a bit of the stuff. So we're just going to put the toppings on one by one. Ooh, I'm so excited to try one of these. Hey guys, what's up? So today we've got a much more fun video, or maybe even two. Essentially, today I'm doing a full day of eating. What I've been eating on the lockdown for the last like 3 or 4 weeks to try and strip off some of the fat I gained at the beginning. And we're also doing an actual heavy training session today. So a guy we know from a local gym, Reese, he's allowing us to use his little box gym in his garden, and he's doing one-on-one PT sessions out of there while lockdown's still happening. So sort of a bit of a promo for him, and we get to check out the gym and test our PRs on, we were going to do bench and deadlift, see how much we can do still after a long time of not training. But let's just get onto food. The training may be in a separate video, we'll see, because Amy's going to be doing some as well, but it should be good fun. Literally 3 months since we've lifted heavy, so I'm excited to see what I can or cannot lift. But we've got like an hour and a half till we've got to get there, so we've got to get some food in, so I have a bit of energy. We've also got some pre-workout and stuff. Let's just show you everything I'm going to be consuming this morning. Okay, so breakfast for both Amy and I in the morning is scrambled eggs. Normally 2 whole scrambled eggs with 200 grams of egg whites from bulk powders on there. Nice and cheap, easy breakfast, really low calorie. You can take out the whole eggs if you want. So we're just going to weigh out 400 grams because I'm cooking up for the both of us this morning. And I actually have 250 grams of eggs whites, so I'm going to go to 450. And that's about right. I've got to blend all that up, and we've got a brand new frying pan to check out, which is awesome. So that's going to be part one of breakfast. We're also going to have some oats as we're going to be training as well. And this is just some supplements I'm taking at the moment. So we've got taurine, mostly because I'm getting insane, painful back pumps trying to work out. And as we're going to do deadlifts today, I kind of need this to make sure I'm functioning. That's just the side effects of the train. I've bumped up my dose a little bit recently as I'm actually training properly now. And yeah, it's definitely working. I'm feeling it. For the first time in my life, I've needed to take allergy tablets this year. I've been sneezing, coughing, having itchy eyes, all sorts of shit. So this has been a lifesaver. Never ever needed to have hay fever tablets before. Then we've got good old NAC, liver protection, really strong antioxidant. I always try and have this year round if I can, but I sometimes have a few months without it. But if I'm taking any sort of substantial cycle whatsoever, or anything that's going to put any pressure on my liver, such as this pre-workout, I always take a couple of these. And this is the pre-workout of doom. This shit is strong. And props to the guy who I bought it off the website, will be in the description. I ordered it on a Sunday, and he literally, because he lives in the area, he came around and hand delivered it. Like, you don't get that shit anymore. And also this has got a lot of illegal stuff in it. So in the ingredients, if it will focus. So we have got DMAA, my favourite. We've got DMAE in there as well, which is another one of those strong speed-like substances, and DMHA, along with 400 milligrams of caffeine per serving, which is 2.5 Monster Energy drinks, just to put that into perspective. It's got taurine in it as well, but I'm doubling up on taurine because it's not enough. It's a Reese, not for human consumption, that's always good to know. This shit wakes you up. 1 scoop is enough to really get you fired up and going for hours. So we're going to take some of this with us, drink some while we're there, and really just try and maximize its use. But I've tried it already, and it's some powerful damn shit. So Dark Energy by Rocket Research, give that a try. We're going to knock up 3 scoops of that for us to use, and just sip as we train. But yeah, let me get to making the eggs, some oats, and I'll show you the rest of the stuff we'll be eating. Okay, so with the eggs, which are slowly starting to heat up and scramble now, we have oats generally only if we're training. So because we're actually doing a session this morning, Amy gets 50 grams of oats with a splash of semi-skim milk, and we'll microwave that up, and then I get 75 grams of oats with semi-skim milk. And just to flavour it, we love the taste of oats anyway, but we use sucralose, this super sweet sweetener, and it makes everything just taste like liquid sugar, basically, for 0 calories. So we're getting that on. Let's just give this a little, starting to actually thicken up a bit now. Whoa. And then for the pre-workout, just to prove, I'm going to put 3 whole scoops in this bad boy. that's half a scoop. But yeah, let's get 3 whole scoops and you'll see just how blue this shit gets. That's a proper scoop, right? 1.5. Or 2.5. And 3. Boom. So this stuff is pretty acidic on the stomach as well. It makes my stomach feel a bit dodgy, especially if I haven't eaten. So we're making sure we get food in first, so that we don't end up throwing up everywhere. This stuff is pretty toxic, but it's strong. You know, it does the job. I would just not use very often. First time lifting heavy, that's why we're smashing out some. But yeah, let's get to finishing off my food, and then we'll get to eating the rest of breakfast and moving on with the day. And this is breakfast for us, fully served. So eggs, porridge, really just basic stuff. I like to have a coffee in the morning as well to get me going. And I literally just season it with salt and pepper, and Amy has hers plain. So yeah, we're happy to eat basic, boring food because it works really well. So yeah, we're gonna eat this, and we've got like an hour and a half till we'll be training, so it gives it a bit of time to go down. And we've got to pack the gym bag and all that sort of stuff, so we've got to quickly eat. Okay, so in our bag we got my good old sturdy belt in here, which I will definitely be using. Some liquid chalk, because I don't use wraps anymore to try and grow these tiny pathetic little forearms. We've got some water, some squash, my pre-made up pre-workout, and I might even chuck my fat grips in there to make some of the deadlifts harder on the later sets. But yeah, ready to go. Excited to actually lift some heavy weight for the first time in ages and see just how weak we are. Come on. Alright, and that is our session finished. Me and Amy actually really enjoyed it. It was good just to actually get out of the flat and train somewhere else. Amy was worried her motivation wasn't going to be there, but as you've said, didn't you, that as soon as you got like into it, just being somewhere else that's not in the same gym, well, not at home, yeah, you actually had the motivation to train. And our strength was surprisingly good. So you deadlift 100 for 5, yeah, and you benched 50 for like 5x5. So it's pretty good. Rain. And the rain of your hair. But we're gonna basically, he's gonna charge for us to use that box gym, and if you want to use it, you can do the same. It's only a 10-hour session. So if you're in the South End area and you can't wait for gyms to open, give him a message because he's got a decent amount of kit in there. So. Okay, so meal 2 post-workout, very simply, is we've got 250 grams of 5% fat beef mince here, added in a little bit of barbecue seasoning before I oven baked them. Then we've got some mange 2 as well. I normally have sugar snaps, but they ran out in the store, so second best option, mange 2. And then we simply add in 200 grams of cooked rice. Just add this in. Spot on. So this is meal number 2. Most of my carbs are pre and post workout. Don't forget to check out the full workout video. That's going to be separate because I hit some good PRs in there. Well, not PRs, but heavy lifts for the first time in ages. We're going to microwave this up. Okay, and this is the finished meal. So I literally season it just with a little bit of salt and pepper, and it's actually really nice. So normally I'm timing all of my carbs around my pre and post workout, and then the rest of the day I'm just eating meat and veg, which will be showing in the rest of our meals. But today we've got a bit of a cheat meal coming with this cookie dough donuts from Doughnut Time, so really excited to try them later. For now, I'll show you the rest of my clean meals, so I'm just going to enjoy this, get on with some work, then I'll have my other meals, which are pretty much just chicken and veg, but I'll show you how much I'm eating. The diets helped me drop body fat really fast and recomp, especially now I've started training again. Like my upper body changes so dramatically fast. And now we have access to that box gym, we can try and hit some legs more often. And I'm just waiting for gyms to open, and I'm going to rebound so fast out of that. Having 3 months off I think has been a good thing. My joints feel great and everything, so looking forward to stuff. But yeah, let's get on to the next meal. Okay, so now we have meal 3 at around 4:30, so only 3 meals in at this time of day. I like to get a lot of more food in the evenings. We very simply have some jerk chicken breast with green veg, 250 grams of chicken breast, and I just fill up the rest of the plate with veg. So normally like half and half vegetables, meat. Really clean meal, pretty simple. So I have another meal like this later, and then another meal like this later on. Again, I just sort of vary the meat and that. So we'll tuck into this and enjoy it as best we can with basically no sauce. But it works well, and it's, you know, especially as what I've been doing recently, like it's getting me in shape fast. So okay, and these are meals 4 and 5 for today. So pretty simply again, 250 grams of cooked chicken breast with some green veg on the side. So yeah, 2 main chicken and veg meals a day, 1 beef and rice meal a day. Eggs and oats I get at some point depending on when my workout is. And last meal of the day is normally 500 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, a nice bit of casein protein, a few carbs in there. I use some of this sucralose sweetener, which is basically my crack cocaine. We can't live without this stuff. So I've got a bit of that in there, just top it with some chopped strawberries. So that'll be my main, that'll be my dessert, and that's all my food eaten by about 9 PM today. All 5 meals. I mix it up a little bit, but it's generally about 2100 calories and not much over 150 grams of carbs a day at the minute. And it's working well, so I'm just going to keep consistent and see how much I can change my body before the gyms reopen. Okay, so we've actually also got a cheat meal with today's full day of eating. Something from Doughnut Time, which we've been to a few times in London and that, and they actually do a home delivery making kit. So Amy got some for her dad's for Father's Day and was like, we're getting some too. We love Doughnut Time. So we got the cookie dough sando kit. So let's have a look what we get in here. We've got some Kinder Bueno, some caramel bars, there's instructions on how to make them. We've got, oh my god, cookie pieces. I have no idea what that is, some kind of flavouring.
Oh, I think that's like the sugar stuff that you put on the donut, like coat it. 2
clumps of cookie dough. Oh. We've got this big bag of piping Nutella, I think that's what it is. And in here I guess we have the donut bases. Oh, so they're nice donut cubes. So we'll go and put these together in a bit as part of our cheat meal, and then we'll do a taste test review. So this kit makes 6 donuts and was like £22 with postage, right? So they're not cheap, but to actually buy the Doughnut Time donuts from the shops, they're like 5 or 6 quid each anyway, and they are fucking good. So this is going to be an enjoyable cheat meal. After some heavy lifting, we've earned it. We don't normally eat stuff like this very often, and we just kind of fancied a bit of a treat for ourselves. So we'll put this together in a video in a minute, and this is going to be good. Okay, so here we have our instructions to make said cookie dough donuts, or they're more like sandwiches. So step 1 is to glaze our donut things in, this is actually a cinnamon based like crumbly stuff. Oh, cinnamon and sugar, that looks really sugary. Oh. So it's telling us to one by one drop each sando into the sugar mix until they're totally covered. So these are the sandos, of which we should have 6 of. Oh, we can see the grease on them, I love that already. Ooh. So each of these is going to end up being 1 donut stuffed filled with like loads of stuff. So it's telling me to cover these in sugar. Oh, I want to eat it just like this, let alone with anything else in. So we do that with all 6. Oh, this smells really cinnamony and nice actually. It's reminding me of churros, the smell, honestly. It smells proper like churros. There we go. Then we got a little bit extra, so we'll just like, you know.
Do a sprinkling.
Yeah, do an extra bit of sprinkling. I want all that cinnamoniness. Oh yeah. Give them a little rub over. I have washed my hands, just FYI. Then it says to
cut them in half, I think.
Yeah, cut them in half and get them ready for preparation. We'll just prepare them on here. So we'll slice these bad boys in half. Oh, they're really soft. So that's where we're going to start to layer all our juicy goodness.
Juicy goodness.
Oh man, I'm excited. I haven't had like something super unhealthy in quite a while now. Well, I say that. I had a chocolate bar the other day, but nothing quite on this level of actual dessert. So yeah, 6 cut in half. Then we need to crumble our cookie dough. So that might take a minute, so I'll just get to doing that. Okay, so we've crumbled our cookie dough and it's saying to scoop 4 heaped teaspoons of cookie dough onto each one. So let's give this a try. 1. Oh yeah. 2. Try and get it nice and even. 3. Oh, look at this. 4. I might want to make sure I've actually got enough for all of them. So that's layer 1. Nice bit of cookie dough on there. Let's do another one. Alright, so that's 2 done. We'll come back when we've done the rest, and then there's a bunch more layers to add on. So yeah, I think I might put a little bit too much on that one, but we'll see. The next step is to add this delicious bloody Nutella. So we're going to cut. Normally don't eat Nutella, by the way, because it uses palm oil and destroys rainforests. Just FYI, but I'll make an exception in this case because, well, it's fucking Nutella and it's basically crack cocaine. So we're going to squeeze a little bit onto each of these. Ooh, yeah. It's proper gooey. We'll make sure. Oh shit! It looks like a bit of a turd. We'll smooth this out. Don't worry. Oh man. So these are actually the only 2 steps. With the other ingredients, it says to be creative. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to get a spoon and I'm going to sort of even that out. Maybe I should have done the Nutella on one side of it.
Oh, you idiot, you're dropping it on the floor.
Oh well, this easily cleaned. So I'm going to... Alright, so now we have these 3 toppings which we can sort of decide how we want to put on each one. So I'm just going to go and make one now and then we'll finish and Amy can do a few herself. I'm going to go with some little mini sort of cookie crisp, cookie dessert thingies on one of mine. Extra cookie, because why the fuck not. And then let's go for a little bit of Caramac as well, which I've never even eaten before, but let's give this a try.
Caramel, can't really go wrong.
Ooh. I think you're meant to have them in like straight bars like that.
God, don't use up all the toppings.
I'm not. There's still loads. And that's my one done, so let's cover the top of that. Give it a squeeze down. Oh, that actually looks...
Nice cookie dough. Nutella. Caramac.
So we're going to finish up all the rest of them, show you what they look like, because Amy wants to design some of her own, and then we'll taste test one. I'm actually really fucking hungry now after like making these. I want to eat all of them. So
We're
bad.
probably not the best at making them, but they'll taste good regardless.
It doesn't matter what they look like, it's how they taste. That's the important bit, okay? Right, so yeah, we'll finish off this now. Yeah, so this is what we came up with. Just mixed and matched with a bit of the stuff. So we're just going to put the toppings on, one by one. Ooh, I'm so excited to try one of these. All of them done. Oh, let's have a look. They all look pretty goddamn nice, actually.
It's like cookie dough.
Bit of fun to make yourself as well. Oh. And now we're ready for the taste test. I'm ready to go and have one. Right, so time to see what this bad boy tastes like. This is the first one I made, which was a mess, but we'll see.
Out of 10.
Hang on, there's more taste coming through. And I want to get a bit of the caramel chocolate one. All the textures. That is really nice. The cookie dough in this is fucking delicious. With the Nutella as well, another bit. Yours has got like a bit of Kinder Bueno in. Oh my god! And the cinnamon and everything with it. This was a good choice for a cheat. I'm gonna finish this one. Then Amy's gonna try hers.